Bismillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah nabiyina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi. Amma ba'd. First of all, let me introduce myself. My full name is Muhammad Malik Nahar, as known as Malik. I'm a student of Islamic Family Law UII 2023 Ahwal Syasiyah, and in this video I'm going to share a presentation from a book, Sumbangan Keilmuan Islam pada Dunia, or Islamic Contribution to the World Civilization by Dr. Basya. There are two reasons why I'm recording this video. The first, I hope I can give some insight to you all who watch this video. And the second, it is regarding to my assignment task of a course Ulil Albab. So let's just get started. In the introduction of the book, the author emphasizes the vast contribution of Islamic civilization to the world, especially during the Middle Ages, when the Islamic world was a beacon of knowledge and advancement, while Europe was experiencing the Dark Ages. Islamic cities like Baghdad, Cordoba, and Damascus were centers of intellectuals, scientific, and cultural progress. The introduction sets the stage by contrasting the sophistication of Islamic world with the relative backwardness of Western Europe during this period. The author stresses that the progress in various fields such as science, medicine, architecture, and philosophy laid the foundation for many modern advancements. The author also highlights that Islamic civilization is built on the core principles, that is Quran and Sunnah, emphasizing justice, knowledge, and moral integrity. The introduction further notes that much of the West's later achievements were built upon the intellectual scientific foundation established by Muslim scholars. Though these contributions are often overlooked or understated in Western historiography. So we're gonna see how the Muslim scholars develop and make a very big impact on the Western historiography and around the world. The first chapter in the next is the Islamic civilizations of among ancient civilization, or the comparisons of to all the civilization. And the first is Greek civilizations. The Greek are credited with founding philosophy and some sciences. However, their achievements were mostly theoretical and limited to certain segments of society. Yeah, here's the timeline of the ancient Greece civilization, as we can see. And the second, Indian civilization. Indian contributions, especially in mathematics and astronomy, are acknowledged. However, these advancements were largely isolated and did not have a global impact until the Islamic world facilitated the transmission of knowledge. So this is the prehistoric India, where I get from the internet, indiasastra.com. Yeah, well, India is still isolated and not have a really big impact in the global compared to the Islamic civilization. And the third, we have the Persian civilizations. The Persian civilization had a sophisticated administrative system and architecture, and their contribution were largely confined to the region before being integrated into Islamic governance and culture after Islamic conquest. So this they just focus on the administration system and architecture. And here's the uh, Persian, and we can see there have a big uh, country. Yeah? All right, let's just move to the fourth, that is Roman civilizations. The Romans excelled in law, architecture, and engineering, but the civilization eventually stagnated. They focused more on political and military expansion. As we can see here in the timeline, uh, the in the Middle Age, the Rome uh, focused on political and military expansion. Yeah, and this last here is the Islamic civilizations. But here, the before I get started to the Islamic civilization, we need to know the timeline before the Islamic civilizations become the golden age. There was a era called pre-Islamic Arabian society. Pre-Islamic Arabia was characterized by tribalism, internal conflicts, and moral decline, or we can known as Jahiliyah. But after the advent of Islam, it dramatically transformed the region, introducing a new ethical and spiritual system that revolutionized governance, society, and intellectual life. Uh, there is also a connection, yeah, between a person that has a lot of contribution. That is our prophet and the last prophet. He is the one that got sent to the people in the Arabian society to uh, transform, to revolutionize the society and become the intellectual life. He is Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And the next is there is also the companions and also Khulafaur Rashidin after the death of the prophet, and then there is next generation or that is successors or tabi'in, and also the next until the caliphate of Umayyah and Abbasid and etc. All right, so let's just move to the next chapter, that is human rights and freedom. Well, the human rights and freedom in Islamic civilization, in this chapter, the author focuses on how Islamic civilization was a pioneer on promoting human rights and freedoms before these ideas become popular in the Western world. And this chapter is divided into several sections. The first is rights of humans. The rights of humans, yeah, Islam itself established a fundamental human rights to ensure the dignity, justice, and equality for all individuals, regardless of their society, their social status or background. And also the rights of women in Islamic civilization enjoyed right to education, inheritance, and property, which were revolutionary compared to the status of women in other contemporary civilizations, or even now. And then is labor rights and healthcare. In the labor rights, yeah, Islamic teachings emphasize fair treatment of workers and servants, ensuring that they were treated with dignity and compensated justly. And also, in human rights and freedoms, in this book, the author also mentions the rights of minorities, the rights of sick and needy or the poor, and also the animal rights and environmental care. All right. In addition to the specific rights, the chapter also explores the concept of freedom in Islamic thought. There are freedom of belief, that individuals were free to choose their faith, with the Quran stating that there is no compulsion in religion, and also the freedom of thought and expression, where the intellectual inquiry was highly encouraged, and scholars from diverse backgrounds were welcome to Islam centers of learning, and the freedom of ownership and wealth, which Islam promoted ethical economic practices, ensuring that wealth was fairly distributed, and the rights of property owners were protected. Yeah, that was the chapter 2. So we move to the chapter 3, that is science education in Islamic civilizations. Yeah, there are in this chapter highlights the extraordinary achievements, yeah, of Islamic civilization in the fields of science, field of science, education, and intellectual development. And Muslim scholars, driven by religious encouragement to seek knowledge, made groundbreaking contribution to a variety of fields. Yeah, for the example here is the astronomy, medicine, mathematics, and architecture. Yeah, from the astronomy like astrolabes and planetary movement, from the medicine textbook used in European universities in the present, and also in mathematics there are algebra, the zero or geometry by Al-Khwarizmi, yeah, that we will explore later on, and the architecture here like mosques, place, and city planning. Yeah. All right, let's explore one by one. The medicine and healthcare. Yeah, the medicine and healthcare that mostly was there were Ibn Sina's medical textbooks and revolutionized healthcare, and also Al-Zahrawi. Yeah, there is a picture here from Al-Zahrawi contributions, and also the textbook. There is Kitab At-Tasrif, Method of Medicine. And also the hospital provided free advanced healthcare for all. Yeah, the medicine Muslim physicians like Ibn Sina, yeah, developed medical textbooks that were used in European universities for centuries. They made advancement in surgery, pharmacology, and hospital management. And the Islamic hospitals were highly advanced, offering the specialized care for different types of patients. All right, that's the medical and healthcare, and the field of architecture and engineering. There are some notable architecture, yeah, like mosques and palace. The first is mosque. Here is a picture of uh, the design of the architecture and of mosque. Yeah. There is uh, Ottoman style, and there's also Mamluk style, the Damascus style Umayyad Mosque, and also Iran Gem Mosque of Yazd, and Mali Mosque, and etc. Yeah, and also there's Taj Mahal in India, like that. Islamic civilizations and architectural marvels such as mosques, places, and public buildings are renowned for their beauty and innovation. Islamic engineers also developed advanced irrigation system that we can see here. Also, there is mechanical devices and city planning techniques. Yeah, here is some pictures that we can imagine. Yeah, how Islamic civilizations, how the scholars in that time were very enthusiastic to the science. All right, the next is philosophy and the social science. The Islamic philosophers like Al-Farabi and Ibn Rushd, Averroes, yeah, engaged with and expanded upon Greek philosophy. Their works were instrumental in preserving and transmitting Greek knowledge to Europe during the Renaissance. So, yeah, this, have we done? Yeah, all right. So, this chapter concludes by noting that Islamic civilizations placed immense importance on education, creating public libraries, universities, and centers of learning where scholars from different culture and religions could collaborate. The emphasis on critical thinking, observation, and experimentation was fundamental to the development of the scientific method. Well, there are the contributions of Islamic civilizations that laid the foundation for modern science, education, and culture. All right, so that's all from me. Yeah, I hope that we can get a lot of insight through the scholars and what was happened in the golden age of Islam. Yeah, and we can see here the men and women scholars from Muslim civilizations. Yeah, there are a lot of them from also the Middle Age era. All right. So thank you very much, and that's all from me. I'm sorry for my mistake if I have. The last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.